Hi there, Roger Connect, President, Universal Accounting Center, and it's Sales Tip Tuesday. The one we've got today is actually an interesting one, and it's perhaps even counterintuitive, and it's the gain-loss theory. Essentially, what it's saying is there's a lot of belief to say that if you compliment someone too much, it becomes too much to the point that they no longer believe the compliments they're receiving. So what we want to do is just kind of recognize that if you're excessively complimenting someone, it's almost as if it becomes drowned out or insincere and they don't hear the compliments that are being given. So there's two approaches to this that I think you may want to consider. The first is if you find yourself being very or overly complimentary, just tone it down a little bit and it'll actually allow you to emphasize those that are maybe perhaps most important or most sincere, because what we want to do is help them recognize that we do mean what we say and we're being genuine. And so if everything's a 10, my daughter, everything is a 10. If that's the way it is, it devalues when it really is something she's trying to emphasize, because everything is a 10, either positive or negative. So we want to look at it that way. The second thing that you will learn from the gain-loss theory is sometimes it's appropriate to throw in some critique or criticism. It's not to tear the person down or be negative. It's just simply to balance out the positive and help the people recognize that you are aware and real and able to see things around you. It's not that you're ignoring the negative. You're able to point out, well, that was uncomfortable. That wasn't the funnest, or that wasn't the greatest meal. It's not that you want to be Debbie Downer and be negative and always be harping on the negative things. It's just when you throw in or pepper those things, what all of a sudden happens is it brings out as if you were the salt or the savory of the good. And it's allowing those things to really stand out because they've heard you be sincere enough to recognize that things aren't always rosy, and you're being more genuine with them because you're able to not necessarily be negative, but point out some things that aren't exactly that 10. So I hope I'm communicating this effectively, because the idea is let's be positive. Let's be someone that can highlight or bring attention to the things that are nice and great. Let's be that positive energy in the room, but let's not say it so much or be it so much that all of a sudden people just don't believe us anymore, because all we have to say is something that's positive. Be willing to point out things that maybe need to be corrected or need to be done differently or should be improved, only because of the fact that it gives more validity to what we're then saying that is in fact a positive and a plus that we need to be emphasizing. Again, this is the gain-loss theory, and it's basically, one, our positive compliments are devalued if all we do is positive, 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 but there's two approaches to bring out that positive. Either throw in kind of a realistic comment or a negative just to show that you're being a little bit more realistic, or just tone down and not be so positive all the time on a 10 that they can't then identify with. And so with that, all of a sudden you're a lot more approachable, you're a lot more genuine in their minds because of the savoriness that you bring to the discussion, especially you're being positive and they want to be around that. We just want to make it sound sincere and genuine. So with that, keep it in mind and apply these principles as you're using your or going about your marketing, and you'll do just fine. Why? Because accounting success is universal. Enjoy. Bye-bye.